Hey folks, Machinery Pete here in Louisville at the National Farm Machinery Show. So much fun to walk around and learn about new companies. And here we've got a company doing some cool things. Doda USA, actually located in Minnesota, up my way, St. James, Minnesota. And we're going to introduce you here to Eric Curry, sales manager, and Ryan Dahl. You guys are both in St. James, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, and Ryan, you're on the sales side as well? Okay. Well, first off, Ethan, tell us about Doda USA. I understand the company actually goes way back to Italy, is that correct?
That's correct. Our owners started building chopper pumps in Italy back in the 60s.
Okay.
And there was a need for them in the U.S., so they started importing them over. And the products changed throughout the years as people needed different options as far as hauling manure and getting rid of it, and spreading it on fields. So they've been around long enough where they know what works and what doesn't.
Right.
So
and Doda was actually an Italian farmer, correct?
Yep, that's our owner's last name. So they still run the factory. The family does. So.
And what was the particular issue in central Italy back in the whatever 60s or what?
They had an issue getting manure out of pits because the long straw, nothing would pump it without getting plugged up. So they designed a chopper pump that handle it.
Chopper pump that was different and kind of better, huh?
Yep, that's correct.
Now as we pan around here, the pump in the middle, is that sort of an earlier version of the pump?
It hasn't changed a lot over the years. They've done a few different gearboxes, but the insides of the pumps and the chopper blades and all this, it's the same as what the original pumps had, 50 years ago. So they found a system that worked, and they haven't done a lot of variations. So.
Well, when you got something that works, does the job. That's
exactly
cool.
Exactly.
Now, what do we have here? Is this a later version?
This is something that
Ethan?
came up a little bit later. It's just a vertical pit pump where that style's a horizontal that stays up out of the manure itself.
Yep.
So we have either PTO powered pumps or we can do electric pumps. Most of them are all custom built to whatever specs we have.
Interesting in visiting with you guys the level of customization Doda USA that you guys do. So you basically, a farmer comes in, has a certain need, you listen, and then, I mean, how much can you tweak these things to make it what he needs it to be?
There's quite a bit. We can do, like I said, we can do PTO or electric. We have stainless steel options for complete pumps in stainless. And we can actually take the chopping system out if you're just pumping water, for drain tiles and stuff. So there's quite a few different things we can do.
Ethan, how long you been with the company?
6 years.
6 years, okay. And I imagine that customization, boy, your customers must like that.
Yeah. It's it's tough trying to find. They were buying other products from our competitors and getting them home, cutting them apart, making them how they want.
Right.
If we can do it for them ahead of time, they like it. So.
Now, manufacturing, how are you able to do that and be nimble enough to turn that around so quickly?
We have, so the St. James facility is the only U.S. location. So that's where we have everything warehoused and spare parts and everything. The stuff that still comes in from Italy comes in on containers, and it's all individual pieces. So then when we get the orders in, we just assemble it. The pieces we make in-house, we have ready to go ahead of time. So.
Now, on the topic of St. James, I understand you guys just opened recently a brand new facility. Tell us about that.
We did. About a year ago now, we just kind of moved over from our existing building. It was a 30,000 square foot warehouse, or half the warehouse, with pallet racking, and then we have an area for manufacturing, welding stations. And
very cool.
We should be ramping up there.
I love the investment in rural farming, small town Minnesota, St. James. That's awesome. Now, what do we have in the back here, Ethan? A separator, is that?
So we have a manure separator we've had out for about 10 years.
Okay.
They're mostly used on dairy farms, but we use it we pump raw manure into it, and it separates out the solids, and the farmers can put the solids back in the stalls for the cows to sleep on, so it eliminates the need to buy chopped straw or sand or
what is the separator kind of ballpark price range on something like that?
We can usually do a separator and the pump and a control panel to run everything together for in the low 50s. Okay. So they can usually make their money back.
Sure.
In a pretty short amount of time. So.
And how has business been, let's say, last part of 2017, early 18?
It's Pretty good. We've had a lot of separators projects that we've been working on for the last year or so, and finally, guys
moving forward with
the
them.
trigger, and
Nice.
we're going to get them installed this spring as soon as it warms up a little bit.
Very cool. And I understand. Well, we'll try and catch Ryan here after he's busy with a customer. But now, what is your website for folks if they want more information?
It's just DOTAUSA.com.
DODA.
USA.com.
Okay.
There's it's actually something nice we added. There's pump calculators on there, so if you're looking for an electric pump, you want to just transfer manure or whatever you're doing, you can type in your distances and stuff, and it'll size one accordingly.
Very
so
cool.
at least you have an idea of what you could use and what options we have.
And I understand in terms of distribution, you guys have tons of dealers you work with all over.
Yep, we do. We try to have a couple in every state, and if it's get a few areas where we might not have as many, but we have everything in stock in Minnesota, like I said, so we can get it shipped out.
Do you have a dealer locator on your website?
We don't.
Best idea there, just give you a call if they're
just
looking.
Call our office and they can find somebody. They get a list of dealers and find one that's close to you. So.
Very cool. Hey Ryan, you gotta hop in here.
What's up?
Now we gotta ask you. Now Ryan, folks, how long you been working for DOTA?
About 2 years now.
Okay, and you were managing a dairy farm?
Yes, I was helping about, started about 100 head Holstein dairy farm and about 1,000 acres of land, just a small family.
So you know the business from kind of the ground up.
Yep.
Now I understand recently you found something kind of interesting. Why don't you share that story?
I did. I ended up coming to work for this company, and so I needed a place to live. So I found a farm site with some hunting land, and I found a manure pump on the farm when I was cleaning it, and it just so happened to be a DOTA manure pump, an AFI 35.
Wow. This was in the St. James area?
Yes.
Okay. And what was your reaction when you looked and it says DOTA on it?
What's the coincidences of that?
Yeah, it means it's meant to be, Ryan.
Right. It's just,
that's awesome. And what do you like?
I had to laugh about.
What do you like? Now you started not on the sales side of DOTA, but on the, would you say, in the manufacturing?
Manufacturing side.
Okay.
Yep.
And then now you're out front on the sales side. How has that been? You like that part of the business?
I do. I like to interact with people and see how their operations run, because I can know from firsthand how the operation I worked at ran. It's just fun to be out talking with people about different situations and how they work their farms.
Right. And again, now that DOTA you found, you were guessing it's from what, the 70s or something, maybe? Hard to say.
Hard to say. Yeah, I talked to the owners of the company, and they thought, yeah, somewhere around 35 to 40-year-old pump.
Okay, pretty cool. Now, Ethan, when we talk DOTA, in terms of, what would you say that makes your manure pumps stand out?
The main thing with them is they're a high pressure, lower volume pump.
Okay.
On the different versions, but the chopping system is really the main thing. We can handle some pretty thick slurries, and
I imagine you must have quite a few return customers.
We do. We always we try to treat them as well as we can, so they come back, and we have a good warranty on our products, and stand behind them. So.
Oh, that's great.
Lifetime warranty.
Lifetime warranty?
No.
I was going to say, you're going to be calling in on that 1970s version there, Ryan. But no, I love it. Thanks, guys, for telling me the story about, and our audience, about DOTA USA. And again, the website is DOTAUSA.com.
That's correct.
It's a great company, folks. Been around a long time, and brand new facility in St. James, Minnesota. So if now, folks are ever up in St. James, can they come out and visit you?
They sure can. We're on the east side of town. First building when you come in. Yep.
There you go, folks. There's your invitation. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.